Welcome back to Sketch It with Coach K. This is a short little video showing how to apply marker to a sphere or spherical object to enhance the form in a quick and efficient manner. So the view on the left side of your screen is a straight side view orthographic, and that's what we want to transpose into perspective. The first step of that, of course, is always establishing your minor axis, shown here with the black arrow. So go ahead and use the crosshairs or the center lines and throw down a freehand circle and ellipses representing the center and the chopped off portion on top of the sphere. Remember to keep your line weight very light because we're going to come back in on top of them and actually use our guides to apply a heavier line weight. So as we go to apply marker, we're not looking for a photorealistic representation. We're looking for a fast and efficient way just to communicate the form. The perspective alone should really be able to communicate the form. So all we're really needing to do with the marker is really enhance the form, give it a little shading. So you can see there on the far right hand side is kind of the darkest side. My light source would be upper left. And so I'm looking for a gradation as best I can with the marker, but it's really just a few swoops of the marker itself to establish that. And perhaps the most important thing is that transition highlighted by the arrow here between the top and the side surfaces. There we want more contrast. In this example, the side view orthographic on the left is showing a quadrant missing. So we're going to have a couple different axes that we need to establish, shown by the arrows here. We'll have a minor axis both vertically and horizontally. So much like in our first example, I kept my line weight extremely light, and I'm able now to go in with my guides and darken them up. The marker application, frankly, is very similar to the first example that we did. The only difference being that we have two different colored areas, the yellow and the darker gray, and we want that gradation to translate between the form and the change in color. In this last example, we've got two intersecting forms, both a cylinder and a sphere. So consequently, we're going to be setting up two minor axes and throwing down our freehand sphere and cylinder. And last, we're going to be adding the marker. So we have the gradation and a highlight. The highlight can be added with a Prismacolor pencil, a white Prismacolor. You could also leave that area blank and not fill it in with the yellow marker. If you look back to the left, the orthographic view has some dotted lines or dashed lines inside of the cylindrical form that's intersecting the sphere. That is an indication that it's a tube, and dotted lines indicate the wall thickness of the tube. So we have two things that we need to accomplish with rendering that cylindrical shape. One is to convey the roundness of the cylinder, as well as having the shadow inside to indicate the fact that it's a hollow mass, a tube. And then the very last step for us is really adding a square vignette with an even application of marker.